Hello and welcome to my twin flame journey. I am Shine, and this is going to be the weekly reading for twin flames and soulmates that are in separation, whether you've been in a relationship already or have yet to meet this person. It could be describing situations that you're currently in. Please keep in mind that these readings are general, so take what resonates and leave the rest. And I forgot to mention this is going to be for the week of March 15th through the 21st. And I actually just remembered today that, shoot, I got to do the reading because time is going by so fast. But lucky for you, I remembered just to get it up in time. Also remember that masculine and feminine stand more for energy than gender. So again, whatever side resonates with you, that is your message. And if the reading doesn't resonate, then it's not meant for you, and we'll try again next week. What else was I going to say? Hopefully, as I run out of space on this table, I'm like, my God, how much space do I need? It's because, I let the spirit flip the cards. So unless it's a ridiculous amount, I usually will take whatever they give me. I don't, choose. Otherwise, I probably could dwindle my readings down a lot less. But this is what they give me. So that's why, even though it seems long, obviously this is the message that they want to get out. Otherwise, they just give me one card. So please bear in mind that, sometimes these readings go for a half an hour, 45 minutes. I would love to make them shorter. Again, maybe I should ask less questions. But, it's obviously information that they want you to have. So however much time that may take, I guess we have to just be grateful that we have the message, right? I have to look at my notes here because this is a new spread and I haven't quite memorized it yet. This is the overall theme of what you'll be dealing with for that week. And remember, it could be, this week, the following week, the energies can linger, or it could have already happened. Usually it's within a week or so. But this is the overall theme. This is the advice. This is for the question of, I'm sorry you can't see it. Again, I'm going to show it to you anyway, but I need to figure out a new setup so that maybe you can see the cards better. But this is the question of, is it true love, or is this relationship worth pursuing? Again, whether that's leaving your current, to come together with this new person, or two people getting back together, this is how it's set up. This is the current attitudes, feelings, expectations, or desires of the masculine. And this is the why. These are the clarifying. Same question for the feminine. This is what is the connecting factor, the qualities and characteristics that connect you, or what is needed in order to bring this together. Here we have what is the major obstacle. This is what is the interfering factor, or what the masculine is currently dealing with in their life that is kind of preventing this from coming together, because everything is about timing. Same questions for the feminine. And then we have advice and advice. I had to stick it over here because I have no room. Now, also, I haven't decided if I want to do it with this reading or not, because just by looking at it and by me talking now for 4 minutes, because I have not memorized everything, I would have to refer to my notes. But I've noticed that, or I've discovered that sometimes these clarifying, these Sibylle oracles, they are read in reverse. Not everybody reads reversals. Sometimes you just, you intuitively get the message. And upon writing down these reversal meanings, and as readers know, one card can have the meaning in the book, plus you'll discover over time that this one card can mean a whole bunch of other things, and you kind of have to make your little notes and you figure out, because obviously it's not always just what's on the card, and it's whatever message that you get. But I've noticed in some of the reversal explanations, I did pick up on that when they were in the upright, because again, I intuitively picked up the meaning of the card, but some of them are like, I wouldn't even thought that that would go with that card. So depending on the time, I may or may not incorporate the reversals in the clarifiers. We'll just see how we go, because again, it'll take me time to have to look it up, and I could do that ahead of time, but I like to do the clarifiers live because I pre-lay out all the other ones, just try to save time. But let's get into it as I've talked. Okay, let's start off with what is the theme and what you'll be dealing with. Well, you're wondering why. Why, and then my hamster's chewing on the cage. Why, why things happen. Why things happen the way that they do. And usually that's, fate, things that were prearranged, things that unexpectedly happen. And it's also people's free will choices. They determine where you are in your life right now is everything to do with the choices that you've made. And again, fated events happen because they're prearranged, but it's what you do after that that leads you on your path. Your next phase of your journey, your destiny, or your final destination is all based on your free will choices. And a lot of times we make dumb choices or wrong choices, but they're a learning experience. So they too happen for a reason, but this is about, wondering why things happen. And then we have serendipity here. I will work on the camera setup to try to, I wish I had a tripod where I can angle it down so you can really see what I see, but we'll work on that. Maybe that'll come with some cash. Anybody wants to make some donations, that'll help help me to afford to get that. So let us look at the why and the serendipity. Some mommy's doing a reading. That's my little hamster. Why? The essential meaning is motives, driving intention, the power of knowing why. The oracle message, there is a great power in understanding your motives right now. The oracle asks you to be very clear about why you're asking this question, looking for this answer, behaving in this way, and most important, making this choice. Knowing your why is the key to fulfillment. When you are clear about it, your intention will then be a magnet for miracles. Motives define the nature of your experience. When you think about something, feel it, and then act on it. This invisible why is the life force energy within the seed, which brings it to life and holds the potential for growth. Relationship message, we don't always know why we engage in our relationships in the way that we do, mostly because our feelings aren't always logical. Now is the time to recognize whether you are being triggered by someone else or if your behavior is motivated by unresolved issues in the past. When you ask yourself, why am I feeling like this and why did I say that, and spend some time in introspection, the answers may be surprising. Listening to the message from, and there's the phone. Listen to the messages from your intuition, from the knowing deep within you. Sorry. It's probably my mother. She's in Boston and they had a lot of snow. So she's probably calling me to tell me about all the shoveling. Oh, there's the, okay, sorry about that. Listen to the messages from your intuition, from the knowing deep within you. What does it tell you about yourself and others? In the end, life is all about being loved. Miracles and a deep understanding of your needs and how to get them met are the buried treasures of the why. Uncover them by posing the most powerful question you can ask yourself and your partner today. Why? So again, our choices, where we are in life. How did I get here? It's because you chose this. You did not choose that. You know, whatever it is, it's all about our own actions and having to look within at ourselves, our behaviors, our patterns, our fears, You know, why do we do the things that we do? Why do we push love away? Or why do we lie? Or why do we cheat? Or why do we, you know, take people for granted? Or whatever the situation is. Why do I fear love? You know, it's all about, again, that self-reflection. You know, people who fail to hold themselves accountable for their actions try to sweep things under the rug and then wonder why this person isn't taking me back, or why aren't things moving along. And it's because obviously there was something missing there that you didn't get, and that's why you're not getting the result that you wanted. Like, it's all about questioning ourselves and our motives, our intentions, our wants, our desires, our, you know, again, it's looking within and trying to figure out, why did this happen? How did we get here? What am I doing? And it's about serendipity, as we will see. Opportunity allied with readiness, the awareness of synchronicity, luck and good fortune appearing as signs and symbols, a magical alignment of events. Jesus, Christmas, and now we got the sirens going. It must be. Is this a sign? Is this the universe, like, setting off alarms, phones ringing? Like, they're trying, it's like the state of emergency over here. Oh, I apologize. The Oracle's message: you've stepped into alignment with the greater good, where your dreams and the collective dream resonate in exquisite harmony. Now is the time for luck and preparation to meet and create miracles that you could never have planned all by yourself. Keep in mind that you are a channel for providence right now, as a higher energy uses you as a force on behalf of the whole world. Your fortune becomes everyone's fortune. Everything you bring into everything you bring into being now will leave a wondrous legacy for others in the future. Your service to the world is being supported at this time. Expect the unexpected and smile, for Spirit loves you so very much. This kind of reminds me of the purpose of twin flames. It's not just about your own relationship, your own karma that you're working through together. Again, both people being teacher and student to each other, both bringing attention to those things within themselves that need to be healed, that need to be addressed, that have been hindering you in some capacity in your life, you know, the way you navigate in the world. And that comes from, again, karma that you brought in from a past life, karma that you accrue in this life based on your conditioning, how you grew up, what love looked like to you as a child, you know, how you behave in relationships, how do you treat yourself, you know, all of that. When twin flames, it's like you guys trigger those things in each other. It's like a fast-paced healing that takes place. And that's why these relationships can be very difficult. They can be very intense. They can be very painful. But when it's beautiful, it's beautiful. And if you can, again, have the ability to self-reflect, realize, what is it about me that needs to change, that needs to be healed, and waking up to that and being thankful that this person brought that out, even though it might have been painful and difficult. And if that person can wake up to their own stuff too, then it's like that healing that takes place, it doesn't just happen between you two. They say that it also helps the world. It helps humanity, because it's showing love first and foremost for yourself, because you're loving yourself enough to take the time for introspection, to take the time to work on yourself, to heal yourself, to love yourself, because only then can you truly love someone else in a healthy way, not in a codependent way, not in a fearful way, not in a wounded way, whatever it is that you're needing to work through. Once you work through that, then the two of you help the collective as a whole to heal. And that's what this kind of speaks on. And then we have here relationship message. Spirit has a plan, and that plan is to place you in front of the right person at the right time. You have met or are about to meet someone vitally important to your journey. Someone Spirit wants to bring into your life. Only divine forces can plan this meeting. It is out of your hands. Pay attention to the signs that Spirit presents. So again, it's about windows of opportunity that are being presented, but again, it's people's free will choices that are going to align them or miss the opportunity. And that all comes again from within. It's their ability to look at themselves and ask why. Why did I do this? Why did I say that? How did we get here? What can I do to fix this? It's raising those questions that need to be asked so you can get yourself unstuck. And that helps with divine timing. Because again, both people have recognized those things. Both people are healing those things and are willing to come together, learn, forgive, discuss the past, what happened, what each one's role was, what did we learn, what will we do different, how will we make this work if you decide to come together, or this is again preparing you for the person that you're meant to be with. The next person that you're meant to be with could possibly be your life partner because you went through this experience. Again, it's still needing to ask those questions, do that healing work within you to prepare you for this next phase, this new opportunity that's presenting itself. Again, either the two of you coming back together or you meeting someone who is now resonating or who is being brought into your life. Resonating with, I'm sorry. Now, the question, I can't believe we're 17 minutes in and I've only done this. I keep saying I'm sorry. I mean, because I just feel like, I don't know. I mean, there are some readers that I see their readings are an hour and a half long, 2 hours long. I mean, God bless them, but they really, because they're just doing the they don't have a time constraint. And I don't usually either, but I just worry that other people, they want quick, 10-minute, what's the news, and that's it. But it is what it is. Okay, I won't talk anymore. Well, I mean, I will, but I'm not going to sit here and not say anything, but you know what I mean. I would do these two last. So let us look here as what the current feelings, attitudes, expectations, or desires are of the masculine. Well, we got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So that is about, holding back on offers, afraid to make offers. I'm going to read from my cards too, because I always like to include, there's so many, again, meanings for the card. And I asked why the Page of Pentacles in reverse, and then we have the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Magician. We have the Two of Swords. And we have the Four of Swords. This, of course, is, putting in work, putting in effort, trying to manifest what it is that you want to manifest in your life, whether it be your finances. A lot of masculines have been dealing with financial issues. Well, everybody is. But, a lot of masculines are in codependent situations where they're relying on another party to provide them with living situations, financial help. And it's also, filling emotional voids, whatever it is. But they're knowing that they're needing to put in some work on themselves. They're needing to become the magician. They're needing to take control of their life. And they're also needing to, make a decision. Because they know they need to make a decision on what to do. Or they're needing to see something that they're not really seeing. In regards to, this situation, or what they should do in their life. I feel like they are just kind of, again, in decision mode. And they've been in decision mode for a long time. And I think a lot of them have just become so comfortable in their karma, so comfortable in their usual way of being, that they just ride it out until that situation burns out, and then they find another and they ride that out until, but all the while, never happy, never feeling fulfilled, always feeling like something's missing, or feeling like they don't have what it takes, they don't push themselves enough to pursue their dreams, to whatever. They could be at any age, feeling like a failure, feeling like, not happy that they're codependent on other people, not happy that they have to do these kind of things, but they feel they don't apply themselves though, because they lack self-esteem, and that comes from childhood wounding. They lack the belief in themselves, and life knocks us down all the time. But it's not about how many times you get knocked down. It's about how many times you keep getting up and you keep fighting. And a lot of times when we get comfortable, or when we have other people providing for us, that fire isn't under our ass to get ourselves in gear and to push ourselves, because again, we got somebody else paying the bills, or we got somebody else taking care of us. So even though we're not happy, we're not pushed. And that's why they say a comfort zone is a nice place to hang out, but nothing grows there. It's like, because they're not growing. They're just staying stagnant. They're not doing anything. And a lot of it is because sitting in the woest, not applying themselves, not feeling good about themselves. And again, just comfortable in the karma, but at the same time, uncomfortable because they're not happy in their current situation. They want to get out of it. They want to reunite with the feminine if this is a people that have already been together, or they know that they want something more if you haven't met yet. But it's taking this time of contemplation to try to figure things out, because they're unsure of what to do, because a lot of them are in fear mode. Fear of loss, fear of rejection, fear of coming clean, fear of admitting to things, because again, some people might have been trying to sweep things under the rug, or, minimize things, or, but again, that was showing a lack of respect to this person. That was showing a lack of care to this person. And that's why when you're sitting around wondering, well, how come this person isn't whatever? It's because you didn't give them what you should have gave them. If you were talking, if you have been taught, because this has been going on for a while, if this is the same people, this has been since last year. So it's like you can't expect somebody to give you another chance. You can't expect someone to trust you again when you're not showing them that you are capable of growth, of self-reflection, of genuinely apologizing for things, being specific of what you're apologizing for. Again, not glazing things over, not minimizing it, because again, it's like you're wounding them over and over and over again by this blatant disregard for right and wrong, truth, and whatever it is, because you're, again, trying to save face, because again, it makes you look worse, so, but again, you're only making yourself look worse by not stepping up to the plate, by not showing that growth, by not showing that you care, or that you really want to reconcile with this person, or to change your life. Because again, if you're coming to them in the same way that you've always been, the interest has dwindled. Nobody wants to deal with that anymore. And you're needing to get out of your own way. That's what I've been putting up. If you follow the Instagram or the Facebook or the Twitter, which I recommend that you do, because I do daily polls there, this has kind of been the theme. It's like people need to learn how to get out of their own way, because you're self-sabotaging yourself. But again, this is your pattern. That's why if you look on your past relationships, you were probably present in each one the same way. They probably ended due to the same problems, because again, these were karmic situations, karmic cycles that you keep entering into, and you're not waking up to the factor in this situation is you, that you're the one, that there's something with you, the way that you're doing things or approaching things, that needs to be changed. And that's why these mirrors keep being brought to you, so that you can see yourself. And that's what these relationships about, these karmic soulmates, especially twin flames, because you are really a mirror. And a lot of times it's like this love-hate thing, because people hate when people hold up the mirror, because sometimes we don't want to see, because change is hard. Accepting things, responsibility, accountability for ourselves. And again, it's so easy to blame outside things of why we are in the position we're in life, when the reality is a lot of it had to do with you and your lack of, or your choices of certain things, or being a certain way. We can't blame anyone but ourselves. In truth, we have a lot more control over our lives than we give ourselves credit for, because again, then we'd have to say, well, shit, I'm in this crappy position because of me, not because of this one or that one or my parents or my life, or life just stinks or everything's against me or whatever. It's about accepting responsibility for ourselves. And that is a big lesson for everybody. And that's what you learn in this life. So, let's see if I missed anything here. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Again, it's a lack of progress and planning. Lack of about short-term progress. Short-term focus. Like not being able to see the long term. Oh, I can't see this happening, so I might as well give up. I might as well not even try. But again, that's the ego. That's that karma. That's that conditioning. That's that self-defeatist attitude. That's that negative self-talk, the woeist, the whatever it is. It's to keep you stuck in the comfort zone, even though the comfort zone is crap and it's holding you back. It's karma. It's about breaking free of that. Here, blocks in the way of achieving goals, haven't planned right, a need for review, a need for recommitment. It's a lack of success, a loss of faith in one's talents and abilities. Again, like I was saying, low self-esteem. And that's why we make a lot of the bad choices that we make, because we don't feel like we deserve better. We don't give ourselves enough credit. We don't give ourselves enough love. Therefore we keep putting ourselves in situations that we know aren't good, aren't honest. Serving needs, meeting voids, being deceptive in some way to ourselves and to the person that we're with, because again, it's not a healthy dynamic, because we are not healthy within ourselves. Something needs to be looked at. The blinders have to come off here. Eight of Pentacles, again, is focusing all one's energies on something. It's having determination. It's a new beginning in work or finance. It's determined to master a new skill. It's diligence. It's hard work, applying oneself, perseverance, initiative, making changes for the best outcome. It's encouragement to forge ahead. So again, they're trying to, knowing that they have to put in the work in order to manifest, in order to become the magician. Magician's about new beginnings, skills, alchemy, making a magic happen, manifesting goals with the tools available to you, creating success, reclaiming one's power. Again, commitment, clear intention, focus, initiative, like get off your ass. You are the one who's in control of your life. Don't sit back and let life happen and then blame life for your situation or for where you are. It's like, things aren't going to fall in your lap. You got to make the effort. And if you fail, you got to keep trying. It's like you can't just coast. And I think a lot of people coast in the comfort zone, again, but nothing ever grows there. Two of Swords is about confusion, needing to see both sides of a situation, a problem that needs resolving using logic and intellect, new beginnings that could come from solving this dilemma, avoiding things, hoping that it'll go away. It only leads to greater conflict. Again, like I said, a lot of people trying to sweep things under the rug, downplay things, trying to make up what they did wasn't so bad, again, because for them to admit it to themselves was the hardest thing to do. So again, they try to cover up their lies and deception with more lies and deception, or make it out to be this person's reaction to it as opposed to this person's actual behavior. Because again, people don't want to look at themselves. People don't want to admit that they are doing shady shit. People don't want to admit that that's how they maneuver in life, because again, that's all they've known, because that's how they grew up, or whatever the reason. You know, making excuses for behaviors because ends justify means, or I gotta survive, or whatever it is. But basically, it's, you're selling yourself short by, again, relying on another person to provide for you what you should be learning how to provide for yourself. That's part of the soul's journey here. Codependency's got to go. It takes two people, you know, of course, in most households, to have a two-person two-person income, two people, you know, equal give and take. That's a balanced, healthy relationship. Not one person taking care of somebody else, paying everything, doing everything, giving everything, and the other person just taking, and sitting in their woes and their pity parties and making excuses for why, again, blaming life, blaming this, blaming whatever for our current circumstances, just wanting to sit around and get attention for our woes, instead of saying, you know what, I need to do a life inventory. I need to look at how I've contributed to my current circumstances. How did I get here? Asking the why. Again, needing to self-reflect, because we have no one to blame for ourselves a lot of times for our current circumstances, and a lot of it's due to bad choices, low self-esteem, conditioning, karma, whatever it is. But again, it's time to wake up. That's why here, Four of Swords, there's a key issue that's dominating your life at this time, and a period of rest and recovery. It needs to happen. Again, a time to contemplate, meditate. But after you do this, you got to make a move. And they know they got to make a move. They know they got to, because this got to go. This got to go. It's time for change. Especially if you're older, it's really time for change. You've been at this for a long time. These karmic cycles, these karmic relationships, this behavior patterns, this not addressing the issues of why we are the way we are, why we think the way we think, why we behave the way we behave, why do we choose the partners that we choose. You know, again, it's a time to look at oneself. If you want anything to change, it has to begin with you. And as we segue over to the feminine side, and I will read this after, what the feminine is, what is the question? What is the feminine current attitudes, feelings, expectations, and desires in regards to this situation? We have the Page of Swords. You know, so that's the truth seeker. Somebody who's just looking for some clarity, looking for some truth in regards to herself. Again, asking herself those same questions. Looking at the experience from a spiritual perspective, both people needing to do that. Again, it's having an awareness of the why things happen. And the why things happen is because it is meant to teach you something, again, about you and about other people. But mostly it's about you. So she's seeking some clarity. Or she's looking for some answers. So she wants some truth. This is a communication card. And why she's looking for the truth is we got the Hermit. You know, this again is about self-reflection, introspection, going within, looking for answers. Same as this here. Both people are doing that because, again, they're mirroring each other. And then we have the Ten of Swords, which is all about, you know, sleepless nights and stress and worry and anxiety because, again, we're seeking truth. We're trying to figure out why. Why did this happen? Why isn't this person meeting me on my new level? Why isn't this person holding themselves accountable? Why do they keep lying? Why don't they leave their karmic situation? Woe is stress, worry, anxiety, like just feeling at her wit's end. And this is the 10, so this is the end of something, because this has been these are a lot of swords. Each sword representing a painful episode, something, and it's weighing on her mind, the ruminating thoughts, the thinking, the trying to figure stuff out. Again, that's keeping you stuck. It's... But this is how it is. We always want to know why. Why did you do that? Why did you say that? Or why did I? This is kicking our own selves in the ass too, feeling stupid. Why did I do that? I shouldn't have, I wish I never met this person, blah, 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 blah. But again, everything happens for a reason. There could have been a soul contract. You were destined to meet. You were fated to meet. It was supposed to happen to learn this lesson. So all this is contemplation. Both people trying to figure out, again, the why. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. This is about, trying to come together, to work on something together. And this is, Ten of Wands. It's all about burdens. Just like the Ten of Swords. It's just she's feeling overwhelmed, burdened in regards to figuring out if coming together with this person is wise or not, or if you're going to, again, if you're not seeing growth, change, interest even, you're feeling very like you just want to let it all down and say, fuck this. Excuse my language. But it's just, it's become too much for too long. And it's just, people are just over it. Nobody likes to feel like this. Nobody, especially if it's been dragging out a long time. People want to be happy. Or they should want to be happy. And want to move towards people and situations that will bring them happy. Not stay in this state waiting for somebody else to get it. And universe doesn't want you to do that either. They want you to work on yourself. They want you to whatever. And this person, if they get it, they get it. If they don't, they're going to make sure that someone else comes into your life that does get it, that will give you everything that you deserve, that you want. What you give, they will give. Again, we got to do our healing first. Otherwise, you're going to attract another situation, which is exactly the same. Love yourself. Have your boundaries. Know your tendencies and keep them in check. If you're a giver too much, if you're, jump through hoops, if you're needy for love, that's why I said it's about people needing to heal, because two broken halves don't make a whole. They're magnets for karmic relationships, because, again, you're being brought together to wake up a broken part of you that needs to be healed. So if we look here, Page of Swords, again, passion, enthusiasm, new ideas, encouragement to move forward, to get the wheels in motion, ability to learn and grow, truth seeker, like I said, communication, discussing things. It could be, again, difficult conversations, because it could be, intense conversations because of whatever's transpired here. And Hermit, again, self-reflection, wisdom, going within, trying to discover things, seeking spiritual guidance. Ten of Swords, we already said, end of a painful situation. Just feeling, again, stressed, in pain, heartbroken, worried, conflicted. I don't think I need to say anything else. I've kind of already covered it. So that's kind of what's going on. People in kind of stuck mode, contemplation mode, decision mode. Now, what is currently going on? Oh, what is the thing that connects you? The connecting factor, qualities, characteristics that connect you, or what is needed in order to bring this together. So we have sexual attraction, good fortune, hidden enemy, and woman of the world. Sexual attraction is about, relationship. So what connects you is the potential for good fortune with this relationship, should you come together. Hidden enemy is either viewing each other this way, being our own worst enemy, again, needing to get out of our own way because you're keeping yourself from having this good fortune, from having this relationship. Woman of the world is about independence. It reminds me of the Nine of Pentacles. It's finding independence, again, getting out of codependence. So it's also could be someone's at a distance, because this is someone who's at a distance. Or some people are dealing, again, with third-party situations. Some people are in codependent relationships that they got into after this one. So, and they could also, we've seen in the readings that people could be at a distance, different city, state, country. So another factor here could be people needing to leave their current relationship, codependent relationship. But again, they're not going to do that unless they can really look at themselves and how they got there and what their patterns are, what needs to change within them, what do they need to, get out of their own way, to not be in fear mode of getting out of the comfort zone because it's providing or it's good enough, but it's not making you happy. So again, that could be a factor as well. A third party, people needing, being their own worst enemies and preventing themselves from having this good fortune, this relationship. What is the current issue that the masculine is dealing with? What is the hidden factors? What's going on in their life that could be preventing this union? Well, money. Again, I said people are in codependent situations, dependent on another for living situations, to eat, to pay their electric part of their bills, whatever it is. Somebody's dependent on somebody. And feeling like they couldn't leave even if they wanted to, and that's what's playing on their low self-esteem, feeling like they can't manifest, knowing that they got to put in some work and effort if they want to. It's like they know they need to start applying themselves in order to move towards better. And then we have the dark-haired man, which is, of course, the masculine being in their shadow self. This guy is also a bit shady. So again, being deceptive, either in their current situation, lying to themselves, having deception in this relationship. This is also, being in our codependency, being in our fears, being in our wounding, being in our karma. And this is a challenge for him to get out of his own way, to get some finances going for himself. I say him, because most people associate masculine with man, but it's man or woman, whoever. It's to overcome the challenges that they're facing, so they can have a new beginning, so they can take a leap of faith, but they're fearing, loss, fearing rejection, feeling like, you know, again, people are afraid to make moves because they fear the unknown. And again, they fear leaving their current situation, not knowing if this person will take them back, or just leaving if these people haven't met yet. Just leaving that, again, it's fear of losing their security that they have, you know, and they're needing to troubleshoot and figure out a way how to, again, be the magician. Make some choices that are for their betterment and not for their detriment. To become a new person, or to be viewed as a new person, someone who is the magician, someone who's, you know, not the dark-haired man. So it's, again, it's what they're dealing with here is trying to figure out how to get out of their own way. Trying to figure out a way to get out of their current circumstances, to get over their fears. Again, to present themselves as someone who's grown and changed and whatever to this person, if they're trying to get this person back, or is this just to become, again, new, independent. Now, it's like I want to clarify, but it's like 46 minutes. Let me just see. And I don't think I'm going to do the upside down because I'll have to read, but I'm sure I'll get whatever message it needs to have. Loss. I won't clarify every card, but let's do loss. Yeah, fidelity, loyalty, fidelity, relationship, friendship, faithfulness. And then we have la regresa, which is about change, transformation, tactfulness as well, irritability, but we have Imeneo, which is a marriage, strong bond, union. You know, it could be soulmate, twin flame, could be married. Did I ever say marriage? But maybe it's, again, trying to find a tactful way to end their current situation. If they're in a karmic relationship, a codependent relationship, again, trying to figure out their finances so they can get out of that situation. Finding a way to possibly, you know, come together with this person to change the situation, to transform this relationship, to show that they can be loyal and faithful, or try to, again, overcome their own tendencies to not be. You know, if they have the tendency to lie, to cheat, or whatever, it's like, again, they're needing to address their shadow self and heal that. And this is the challenge for them, again, to overcome their own stuff, to become a new person. Now, for the feminine, oops, so I don't have enough room. For the feminine, her current circumstances, what might be keeping her stuck is forward movement. Moving forward in general, you know, and there's a barrier here for her as well, another block, challenge. So they're both dealing with their own challenge, and it's to have peace either within or within themselves or within this relationship, because they're all stressed and burdened in regards to it, and to come out of their own doubts, worries, fears. Again, both people doing the same thing, because again, they're mirrors. And trying to, we've got the talent card. This is trying to figure out a way to make something happen. Again, trying to use our talents to heal ourselves, to forgive, to move on. And this is probably you. And then we have frustration. Again, like the Ten of Swords, like the burden. We've got doubts and worries and frustrations and fears and uncertainties and trying to figure out, you know, how to move forward, how to have peace within oneself. Now, we'll do one. Or this is, you know, if this is this side needing to speak a truth, like I said, it could be, you know, the energies are mixed. Be able to speak her truth as well. I feel that this is her. I don't feel like this is someone else. I don't feel that this is the third party at all. This is just her trying to, again, like the troubleshoot. We got the talent. It's the same thing. Let's see, talent. We have consolation prize, you know, again, trying to figure out a way to get over things not working out. Understanding the why. It was because it was meant to teach you something. It's to heal oneself, to get over the pain of what's happened with or without this person. Because this is for you. To heal yourself. And to figure out a way to persevere. Again, to move forward. To heal within you. Again, regardless if this person steps up or not. Because guarantee the universe will bring in somebody who will. Don't fret about that. But it's time for healing because you deserve that. You both deserve that. You both deserve that. Now, what is the big challenge here, or obstacle, right? What is the major obstacle? Is faith. You know, a lack of faith. Grace, again, this is being, I'm filled with the same beauty, poise, and divine perfection as all of God's other creations. This was, I have faith in God to heal this situation. This is about, again, handling it all with grace. Yeah, it sucked. Yeah, it was painful. Yeah, this person did this and did that. But yeah, I also allowed this and allowed that. Again, it's about both people seeing both their roles. Takes two to tango. And not beating oneself up over it. Not holding on to the pain of it anymore. Just try to handle it all with grace and have faith that all things happen for a reason. And learn from it, grow from it, and it made you a better person because of it. So it's handling it all with grace. And then we have mother. I open my heart to my mother's humanness and her divinity. Now, a lot of people have mother-father issues. The women, you know, the feminines were looking for their dad and all of their partners because they didn't receive the love that they should have. A lot of masculines were looking for their mothers because they didn't receive the love that they should have. Probably didn't receive it from the fathers either. Whatever your situation was, you know, this is about also having compassion in the way that a mother does for a child. You know, there's unconditional love, but that's a very tricky word because unconditional love means, you know, whatever conditions that life throws at us. for richer, for poorer, in sickness and health. It does not mean I will love you no matter what you do to me. If you abuse me, if you lie, if you cheat, if you mistreat me, if you know, that's not unconditional love. That's karma. That's making excuses for someone's bad behavior because we love them. It's like, well, you're not loving yourself if you're staying in a situation like that. It's about loving yourself first, because again, you won't tolerate certain things that will make you unhappy, because love isn't meant to be painful. It's not meant to be unhappy. It's not meant to be abusive. It's not meant to be neglectful. That's karma. That's something bringing you to attention. Then you need to ask yourself, well, why the hell am I staying in this situation? Why am I asking for this kind of person to come back into my life so I can have more of that? It's about self-love. But this is, you know, it's about having compassion. Again, if you're looking at things from a spiritual perspective, but that doesn't mean, again, it's a get out of jail free card. Somebody still has to hold themselves accountable. They still have to admit to what their role was. They have to show you that they understand their behaviors, what needs to change, why things ended. You know, again, it takes two people to have a conversation to move forward. But again, some people might have mother issues. Again, looking for their mothers and the love of their mothers. So choosing partners that are empathetic or that or whatever, but also if they grew up in an abusive household, maybe they look for people that will tolerate bad behavior the way their mother tolerated, but on a subconscious level, not even realizing that they're, again, imitating what they saw. That their relationship dynamics are much like their parents. So again, there's some mother issues here. And then we have family. I pray for my family and give the situation, oh God, for answers, support, and healing. You know, this is in regards to, again, looking at our family life, looking at our parents' dynamic, you know, looking at our own relationship patterns. This is about healing this family if you had a family together, or if you're twin flames coming into union. And then we have truth. I am leveling honest with myself and others. This is about people needing to speak some damn truth. Stop lying. Stop lying to cover up the lies. Stop lying to yourself. Lies and deception kill trust, and it kills relationships. You cannot get another chance with somebody if you are a proven, repeated offender of half-truths, gaslighting, lies of any kind. You're not someone who's trustworthy. And that's why nobody's giving you another chance. That's why nobody's, you know, whatever. It's like you have to be, and it's also about being honest with ourselves. Why do we want this relationship? Why do we want, again, it's questioning, especially if you were in karmic situations, you need to ask yourself, you know, why do you want to go back to somebody who's shown you that they have not changed? It's about being honest with ourselves, and it's being honest with other people. Truth needs to be addressed. And now we have the advice here for you guys is no need to worry. A lot of sitting in our thoughts, fears, stress, worry. People don't speak up. People are afraid to take off masks. People are afraid to tell the truth, even though people already know the truth. They're just waiting for you to say the truth so that it shows them that you've learned, changed, and grown, and they can have some kind of assurance that should something happen in the future, you will handle it a different way than you did before, because you're showing that you've grown. You know, so, but they're saying to let go of those fears, because they're only jeopardizing a potential reunion, and they're also keeping you stuck, staying in your shadow self, staying in your karma. They're saying to release that. There's no need to worry, because when you release that, you're freeing yourself. And isn't that the goal? Isn't that the feeling that we all want to have, is freedom? We've got nothing to hide. We've got nothing to fear. It's a release of a burden. And they're saying, don't worry. Release yourself from the burden. Free yourself. And whatever the outcome, by you doing that, you've won big points for yourself and your spiritual report card for your journey. You know, regardless, you're showing growth. And it's all good, my lovely. And I said, is this relationship worth saving? Is this relationship worth the effort? And then we have, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner that you seek. And I did take the book here because there's a little meaning here. This card signals that you've already met the person you romantically seek. Perhaps you're already in a relationship with him or her. Or, you know, this was somebody that you were with. The romance angels send you this card because it seems you're not recognizing or enjoying the full potential of this person in the relationship. Sometimes you may overlook someone who's meant for you because you have a different idea of what your partner should look like or act like. Take a moment to consider who this might be. The first person to come to mind is probably the one. So, and then they say to, you know, meditate and try to look for answers. Again, it's about self-reflection. So if you're looking to reconcile with somebody, if you're feeling drawn to them because you know it's your soulmate or whatever, this is confirming that, you know, yes, this is your person. No need to worry. Let go of the fears. Look at the big picture of why things happened, why it was difficult, why it ended, and what was it about us that was brought to attention? What was our role in the situation and why it ended? What needs to change? It's about the lessons. It's about shedding karma. It's about understanding the why, seeing the bigger picture, and understanding that, again, fate, serendipity, free will choices, destiny, all plays a role. Now, I'm already at an hour. I don't know if hopefully the sound won't cut off. But for the masculine, your advice is make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. And also, reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So again, if you were in a karmic situation and you're moving towards someone that you haven't met yet, they're saying make the effort, heal yourself, learn the lessons, because you're going to meet someone who's meant to be in your life. Or if this is about reconciling, they're saying make the effort. Either way, you got to make the effort. If you want to be with the one you're destined to be with. And then you have the Shadow Queen in the upright, acquiring knowledge, insecurity, and manipulation. And then as a challenger, you have the Altar Priestess, preparation, prayer, and sacred ritual. Now let us read from there. The Shadow Queen. Shadow Queen tells you that too many of the details hidden behind your circumstances prevent you from moving forward quickly at this time. She has come with a lantern to help shed light on what is concealed within you or your situation. This is the time to wait for more to be revealed. Perhaps you lack clarity and knowledge of how to proceed with the subject of your inquiry. It's time to educate yourself a little more about your intention and then put that information to work for you. The Shadow Queen asks that you dig deep to gain strength and that you have the courage to ask someone in the know to shed light on your circumstances. She promises to send that person to you. Beware of moving too quickly in the dark, as you will likely trip and fall and have to start again. So perhaps the courage to ask someone in the know is to open up and talk to the person that you're wanting to be with, if this is a reconciliation situation. Because you got to talk. You got to come clean. You got to put all the cards on the table. No more hiding, no more lying, no more bullshit, no more usual tactics that got to go, because they're not serving you anymore. And they're definitely not serving this situation. This person is not going to deal with it because they've woken up They've learned pain is our greatest teacher. And unless somebody shows us that they're not going to inflict those same pains on us again, we're not going to bother. So, you know what I'm saying? And that's as real as you can get. You know, you ask a soldier to go back into battle. It's like they got to know. They got to know. Otherwise, nobody's going to bother. You got to show up. The Altar Princess, as a challenger, are you degrading yourself in any way or lessening the importance of your impact in the world? Have you allowed someone to dishonor you? Have you failed to stand up for your beliefs in order to get something you want? The Altar Priestess warns that continuing on this path could bring you trouble, as you may be aligning yourself with lower ideas as your companions. Again, because you're staying in the same karmic cycles, because you need to look within. What is it about you that's got to go? Because you need to check your low self-esteem, your disbelief in yourself, your childhood wounding, your conditioning. That's caused a problem for you in your life, in your jobs, in your career, in your relationships, whatever it is. You know what it is. Another message she brings to you is this: never sell yourself short when it comes to your intuition. You're always led to the highest ground when you follow your inner guidance. An important responsibility is brought to you when the Altar Priestess comes as your challenger. You're being required to be a spiritual warrior and to have courage. That's what they want you to do. They want you to overcome your stuff. They want you to get out. They want everybody to. That's why they're trying to help. No, you're doing it wrong. Listen to us. You're being required to be a spiritual warrior and to have courage. Be ready. Respect yourself. And believe in your purpose, as you're being chosen to be the embodiment of the sacred in the world, especially if you're a twin flame. This is very important, which is why you've been given such a heavy bunch of lessons and karma. It's a speedy thing so that when you ascend, you don't come back. That's the whole point of twin flames, is if you get together in this life and you can overcome everything, you ascend together and you don't come back. No more reincarnation. You've learned other lessons, which is probably why your life has been so hard. And why your biggest challenge or obstacle in life, again, is getting out of your own way. But that takes time. You know, we don't remember that stuff when we incarnate here. You know, sometimes it takes many years, many mistakes, many hardships, many pains before we start to wake up. And thank God for the tarot, and thank God for the spirit guides, because the people that don't have this stuff, let me tell you, they're floundering. They're definitely floundering. In essence, you're being challenged to be the best you that you can be. You can do it, and spirit is counting on you. So masculine, we're all rooting for you. And for the feminine, your advice is to stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking or faith will bring you romance and heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. That's what both people need to do. And then we also have the resting tree in the upright. Patience and stillness. Get out of this woe-is, stress, anxiety, worry, burdens. They're saying, shh. Love yourself. Love yourself enough to breathe, honey. Breathe. And I take that advice myself. And then in the challenge position, we had the wise woman of Wonderland, integrity and compromise. Again, don't compromise your values. Don't compromise your standards. Don't compromise your self-love and self-respect. Don't compromise your boundaries. All to have back this person, soulmate, twin flame, don't matter. Don't compromise in that way. But if this person shows you actual growth, actual, honesty, effort, that they'd be worth giving another chance to, they're saying to be willing to forgive, have compassion, look at it all, the whys of it all, and give it a chance. But only if. Don't go chasing. Don't keep trying to get this person to wake up. Don't keep trying, again, give them the message and leave it alone. If they get it, they get it. If they don't, keep it moving. Somebody else will come in. Don't compromise yourself in a negative way. Only if this person shows up the correct way. Now, number 22 or 21. In the challenged position, when the wise woman of Wonderland appears as a challenger, this is a sign that you may have compromised yourself out of fear. Have you been in denial about the truth of your situation? Have you sold yourself short rather than ask for what you really need? Again, like I said, don't compromise your values, your integrity, your boundaries. Don't sell yourself short. Only if this person shows you genuine growth, not sweeping stuff under the rug, not downplaying things, not doing their same old, same old. Have you given up on your dream for another because you fear abandonment? Again, we keep clinging on to somebody who's showing us nothing. That's still your wounding at play. Again, self-love, self-respect always. The wise woman of Wonderland is gently reminding you that you count. Claim your good and never settle for less. Be fearless and make it so. Why hang around for more disappointment when wonderful adventures and opportunities are waiting to unfold for you? Like I said, if you were in a karmic situation, they're saying heal, let it go. If this person ain't showing up, get yourself ready for the next person. Because the more you stay in this, you're holding back that new opportunity that the universe might be trying to give to you. So, again, don't keep chasing somebody that's not meeting you halfway. You know, let it go. Let it go and let it flow. But, again, if they show up, you know, don't sell yourself short out of fear that things will repeat if they're genuinely showing you that they have changed. If they're not, you probably guarantee they're going to repeat. So apply it to whatever your situation is. And then the resting tree, 22. The resting tree is a sign for you to stop focusing and planning and be at peace in the moment. This is the representative of non-action and relaxation. Patience is the key to being with this ally. The resting tree asks you to slow down, sit back, and watch the roses bloom and the birds feed in the meadow. This isn't a time to forge ahead in any way. You may not be taking enough breaks, so you're invited to be still and contemplate your good fortune, even if it means blessing the chaos in your life. This is a sign to allow everything to fall away, accept the stillness of the moment. It's like living within the space between breaths. When the resting tree appears, it signals that you've done all you can for now, and it's time to unwind and allow your story to unfold of its own accord. You've earned the right to rest and relax. Amazing ideas will come if you do. Remember the ancient saying, we do without doing and everything gets done. And on that note, and I pray that the sound has been recorded because, ooh, let me tell you, if it hasn't, I won't be happy if I have to do this all over again because it was a long reading, as we see. But I don't mind. I hope you don't mind. I hope that you get benefit from these messages. Please like, subscribe, and share if you haven't already. I love your comments, and I will answer the comments that I have seen. I actually am going to make a video where I want to maybe open up some kind of dialogue. Pick a certain day of the week where I'll do a live thing and I can answer questions based on my own experience, what I know about psychology, you know, what I know about the spiritual stuff, in my own situation, whatever I can offer to you, and kind of open up the floor to questions that way. But I'll make a video discussing all that. So look for that. And I send you love and light. I wish you healing and luck in regards to this and anything else that you're going through. If you'd like a personal reading, all the information is below, and donations are greatly accepted, no matter how small, because they help me to do more for you. Because, again, it takes time to do this, and I have to make a living. So I would appreciate anything. Even if you can't afford a reading, just for the services that I provide you, the help that I give you. Again, it's energy exchange. So I thank you in advance. And again, I send you my love. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.